He was the one guy everyone at work whispered about.
You never seen him laugh, you never seen him smile. It was like he was empty.
But they never thought he'd really go off until he started shooting them down. And AMW.com gets a big screen close-up.
You gotta break him if necessary.
So get your popcorn ready, because the manhunt starts right now. There are some places where quiet means it's peaceful. But out here on a dark, lonely street, too much quiet can feel real creepy. Well, tonight we're visiting some quiet spots, hoping to solve a few baffling crimes. First up, the historic Homestead Hotel and Spa in Virginia's Allegheny Mountains. Established a decade before the American Revolution, Thomas Jefferson was once a welcome guest. But some recent history hasn't been very welcome at all. The Homestead. For generations, this American landmark has been the perfect setting for a weekend getaway.
All right, that was 1 apple pie, a blueberry tart, and 2 coffees, right?
But to the resort's employees, the Homestead is much more than a vacation destination. It's their livelihood and their family.
It's a madhouse out there. Woody just sent me a 6-top, and I've got 2 4-tops and haven't even gotten their apps yet.
Spring is in the air.
It's about time. Beecher, make yourself useful.
Beecher Hackney, a janitor, had been at the Homestead since 2003. If the resort was a family, Hackney was the relative who didn't quite fit in. 26 years before arriving at the Homestead, and 100 miles away in West Virginia, Hackney married Dolores Robbins. While he adored her, Dolores' children say Hackney was controlling and abusive toward them.
What are you doing, Beecher?
We're going hunting. Huh? And if the bears can't smell the honey, I'm gonna be able to smell you a mile away.
Hackney's stepchildren endured the abuse for years until their mother's unexpected death in 1994 drove him out of their lives. After losing Dolores, Hackney bounced from job to job before landing at the Homestead.
You know, we really don't get many people volunteering for the graveyard shift.
I like my peace and quiet.
Yeah, well, you'll get plenty of that. Not many people to bother you. Here's my son, Michael. He works at the front gate. And this is my other son, Dwight. Not by blood, of course.
So you're the new guy?
You know, I was just telling Beecher about how quiet it gets here at the Homestead at night.
Oh, you'll be fine. Nothing bad ever happens around here. Welcome to the family.
For years, Hackney worked the night shift, preferring the lonely halls and empty kitchen. When he did interact with the rest of the staff, each encounter seemed stranger than the last.
He was here when I got here, and so he was just like this weird person nobody would really associate with because he wouldn't talk to anybody.
You okay, Beecher?
Sometimes he'd climb chairs around.
Push them away and beat them together or
knock them over.
Yeah, that's what he used to do.
If you're going to go out, you might want to put your jacket on. It's freezing outside.
Beecher, where's your jacket at?
It's at home, keeping my closet warm.
By early 2009, Hackney's eccentricities were no longer the main issue.
Beecher, I don't know what your story is these days, but you've got to start doing your job.
Are you trying to fire me, Ronnie?
No, not at all. Dwight and I were talking. We're going to move you to the dinner shift so that we can watch you better. Now, no more being on your own.
Dad was extremely frustrated with him and gave him a lot of chances. Finally, Dad just had to move him to the 3 to 11 shift, and that's where he started working.
Excuse me, Beecher. I said, excuse me.
Beecher, come on, use your head, man. That bag is half empty. Looks half full to me. I'm not playing, man. Take it out when it's completely full. Rough times, you know management. Every penny counts.
After work, Hackney retreated into his tiny, barren apartment. His only company, the anger cops believe was eating away at him.
Use your head, man.
I want to put your jacket on. All right, that was 1 apple pie, a blueberry tart, and 2 coffees, right?
We had extra people come in the dining room that was not even supposed to be in here. We were really, really packed.
Everybody was everywhere that night trying to get stuff done. We were like bees.
It's about time. Beecher, make yourself useful.
The dish machine every once in a while makes this god-awful banging that sounds like a gun.
Oh, making bang.
What are you doing? The scene was chaos. He was just making his round. People went everywhere, hiding behind the line. They didn't know where to go. They didn't know whether or not that he was going to shoot them too.
What's going on in here? We got a crowd out here.
Ronnie is feral and ass running at me. He said,
What's the matter with this son of a bitch? Run for your life!
no remorse, no regret, just this cold, blank, emotionless mass.
At that point, Beecher come walking out of the docking bay over here.
This video shows exactly what Michael saw. Panic, fear, people running for their lives, and then Hackney calmly leaving the scene.
I was just wanting to get to the kitchen to see if I could help anybody up there. I was just afraid because I hadn't seen Dad.
No, no, no! Dad! No! You don't need to see this, man. Dad! Look, just stay where you are, Michael. Just stay.
As both Ronnie and Dwight lay dead on the kitchen floor, Hackney walked out of the homestead and into the night. The loss of Ronnie and Dwight haunts all of their family members, those at home and those at the homestead.
It still kind of feels like Dad's at work, so being here is sort of, you know, I'm kind of expecting to see him running through the kitchen.
Those were friends of ours. And it's just still hard a little bit sometimes to deal with.
It's like that light kind of burned out.
Ronnie Stinnett and Dwight Kerr will be truly missed by their own families as well as their extended family at the homestead. And I want to extend my personal condolences to each and every one of them. Cops say Hackney targeted Ronnie and Dwight, hunted them down like animals, killed them, and then just walked away. What kind of creep does that? Well, now we got to hunt him down and bring him to justice. Hackney's missing the tip of his right pinky finger and several of his lower teeth. He usually pays for everything with cash or money orders. Now, I'm very sure wherever he is, people will know him by his weird, anti-social behavior. And if you've seen Beecher Hackney, you gotta call our hotline. He's dangerous. Just make that call, 1-800-CRIME-TV.